Hello, property lovers. Thanks for choosing Property Focus, your window into the world of architecture, building construction, and real estate. In the 1960s, how land was sold was a bit of a concern.
Mahali ndio mafuta yanaisha na kwa shamba yako.
Asante sana. Asante mzee. Haya. Anza kusonga.
Agana dia ana sumbua.
Anza kusonga mama. But apparently buying land just got a whole lot easier. In an effort to bring transparency and efficiency, finally members of the public are able to access their files electronically pertaining to land. Last week marked the commencement of the digitization of 57 land registries, which had been kept manual ever since 1895. Today we have some stakeholder responses on the computerization of this initiative and whether this is something that will benefit players in the business of selling land. Let's find out in a moment from the parties in the industry as we get to understand this new system. It's a focus on digitization, on land records, on Property Focus today. And welcome to the show. I'm your host, Peter Ngigi. Everyone hopes to own a piece of land somewhere. It's the most valuable fixed asset that you could possibly own today. However, if you want to do this in Kenya, there are certain steps and important procedures which you should follow. The very first being searches and inspection of that title. So let's have a chat with Kimani as a seller, and he is going to tell us a little bit more about this in a moment. Stay tuned. Good, and welcome to Property Focus.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Tell us about yourself.
Thank you, Peter. My name is Reuben Kimani, CEO, Username Investment Ltd. Username is basically a leading the estate company in Kenya.
As a seller, have you experienced any challenges with the Ministry of Land?
There are many challenges in the real estate sector. Everyone knows that. Yes. The biggest one is fraud. And we have experienced this firsthand when we started this organization. Somewhere in 2016, it was very painful. You find that because of the manual operations, the way things are done, files get lost. There are dirty records. You go do a search. We actually did a search, and still someone stole from us. So that is one of the challenges. We also have challenges of the long time it takes to get these title deeds. Yes. I understand the process involved 12 stages. I hear they are reducing it to about 5, from 7 days to 3 days or something of the sort, which is very welcome. The long stages where you have to move from one officer to the other, it really takes time. There's also no way of tracking where your title deeds are at any given moment. Customers will call in their numbers. We have more than 10,000 customers here. I want to know where my title deed is. We go to an extra pain, and we have a serious customer service department here. They have to keep in the land office every day. I send them there, they call Reuben. I was not successful today. But to be honest with you, Peter, if you go there yourself and see the sheer number of files, my desk is a bit cleaner. See those desks where you find so many files here, so many files here. These people serve maybe between 200 and 500 people in a day. You're just one person pushing your title deeds, and they have all these people. You see, you also empathize with them, but at the same time, you have to deliver to your customer. There's no way of following up, and I think that's one of the biggest challenges in this market. Among as many others I can share in another forum. Yes.
Come March 2020, Ministry of Lands has closed. How did this force you to think differently?
We are innovative. We decided to meet and look into ways to make our services online. And we are very serious with this. First of all, the way you book properties, you can do it online. One of the things, if you go to our website, you can be able to pay online. Documentation, because you have to sign so many documents because of the land process, we have automated what we can. Like if you are expressing interest, the offer letter, it is online. Most importantly, we have digital receipts here, and maybe in the next few weeks, we are going to decommission the manual receipts. A receipt which you can verify that you have paid. It has a QR code. If you buy properties with us today, and I would like you to do so, and you make payment with any bank, with M-Pesa, you get a digital receipt, among its many other things. And finally, we offer affordable properties between 100 and 800,000. This covers so many people, whether it is a pandemic or not. So you'll find most people who would normally buy expensive properties were coming to us. So they were well factored. We increased the duration of time which you have to. Basically, we are listening to our customers and looking at innovative way of surviving. It was more about survival than growth at that point in time. And I thank God we have been able to go through it. We never sent anyone home. We only reduced, I think, the income, the salaries only for 2 months. Of course, we are putting condition innovatively, telling people if we do this, this is what we get as an income. Basically looking for innovative way to keep people and their families with their salaries and their incomes.
How then do you vet a company to tell it's legitimate or not? How do you do that?
That is a very important question, Bwana Peter, and it's something that I have asked in every forum, because that's how you get stolen. I will highlight those 3 things that you must do to vet a company. Number 1, you have to check for a reputable, trusted organization. And there are very many ways of checking that. Number 2, you can check their history. Of course, you will have checked the properties they have done, delivered. And one of the most important things in our sector is title deeds delivered, especially in the land sector. You can also check reviews. Right now we have reviews in Google, in Facebook, and all over. Check what customers are saying about that company. This is one consistent thing. People cannot lie. People are always complaining, or people are always happy. Look for a reputable conveyancing lawyer. Not all lawyers can be able to handle this. You have to do your own due diligence as well. Always go and see what you are buying. People have bought dams because they never went to see where the property was. Ensure you visit the property despite your tough schedule. You are investing 500,000, a million shillings. That's a lot of money. And you can also consider visiting the company offices like the way you have come here today. So there are those very few pointers you can check. And let me tell you, if you can be able to be diligent enough, take your time to be able to do some of these basic steps which are not difficult, most of the time you will not be stolen. More than 99%, I tell you for sure.
Give us your parting shot.
Thank you so much. I always want to encourage Kenyans, and I always say this. People are discouraged by, number 1, fraud. And this is going to be a thing of the past. I would like to encourage someone. Any place where you find people being fraudulent, whether it's in real estate, whether it's in stock, whether it's in the market, just know people are scrabbling for something that is of high value. It might be gold, it might be Canaan milk and honey and such stuff. What you need to do, you also need to go to Canaan, but what you need to do is to manage risk. How do you manage it? The process you have just given you to take care of yourself. Don't shy away from real estate. There's so many things to gain. People get rich. People pay school fees for their kids. People pay bills. People have homes today, courtesy of decision they made, not out of fear, but out of knowledge.
Well, thank you very much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for this opportunity, NTV and Property Focus.